Alright, Shalom. It's GMS Louisiana Saints coming at you once again. Another various topics. As always, we want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh.
Ba'Shem Yahushua, Ba'Shem Rakwadash.
Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS. Peace and blessings, salutations, man, to the hopeful elect out there. We basically, we're going to start it off with a Shar Shabbat, man.
Shar Shabbat.
I came out there, man. We're going to get into how the brother have an article that's going into it, showing you how the nations of the earth are pretty much raising the skirt upon these devils, man, right along with the prophets, man. We're the ones exposing all the different wickedness that they do, man. Whether it be to Jake, whether it be to the other nations, whether it be to enslave all the people about, man. That's one of our jobs to do, man. And excuse us, man. We know we got niggatry going on, man, as far as this bullshit hip hop music, man.
If y'all can hear that, right?
If you can hear it. But first one I have, I want y'all to get is Jeremiah 13:22. Somebody get it. And we'll go into that article. You got it? Yeah, go ahead.
Jeremiah 13:22. It says, "And if thou say in thine heart, wherefore come these things upon me? For the greatness of thine iniquity are thy skirts discovered, and thy heels made bare."
Right. And the same thing is happening to Esau, man. His skirt has been lifted, and he's been made better, man. All that, like the brothers I'm going to, these nations are got him down to a science now, to where they know if it's a coup, when I say a coup, uprising in a nation, for the people uprising, there's only one person behind it.
It's a regime change.
Right. These people are being paid, they're being manipulated to come up against their own government that's giving them, you look at a lot of these governments, dollar sign, Omar Gaddafi, a lot of them guys are having free health care, all type of shit for these people, man. Giving them the best of what they say, the finer things in life. And you tell me these people want to come up against them and take them down, man? There's nobody but the so-called white man that's doing it. That's what I said.
I was just going to say, a good way you can always tell when regime change is about to happen is whenever a government in a particular country the U.S. is interested in starts nationalizing their natural resources and kicking out U.S. companies, then you'll start to hear about, we're having protests in the street of the people. That because this government's against us, but it's really, as the brother just said, Esau, he's building up these secret forces to come out and foment a disruption in the country.
I ain't looking at the paper, I was thinking about it.
But what do you do when you lift somebody's skirt up? You expose them and bring shame to them. So we basically here to bring shame to Esau. These the end of the Most High starting to expose everything that has been keeping in the darkness. That's what time
We under the base. We under the basis of men too, man. They the most foulest people upon the planet Earth. That's why the Father said that he got a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, man. Because there's no mercy, no truth, no knowledge of God in the land, man. It ain't by coincidence, man. It's by design.
Right.
But I got the name right.
Yeah, go ahead.
This Nahum 3:1, I'm going to go to 4 and 5 too. It says, "Woe to the bloody city. It is all full of lies and robbery. The prey departed not."
Yeah, read that part one more time.
Read it again.
Yeah.
It says, "Woe to the bloody city."
Who is the bloody city? Nobody but America, man. America has the blood of the so-called blood of the Israelites in it, man. Starting off with us, man. Our ancestors' bloods run deep and far in this land, man. Like I said, if the trees can talk, we can tell you a story, man. How our ancestors was hung from it, man. The things that they saw, man.
Trees will never shut up, man.
Right, they'll never shut up. They'll never shut up, man. They'll tell you, man, how the so-called white men had rallies and events, but the main thing was slaying us, man, burning us, castrating us, man. I'm gonna show you a picture, man. show you how wicked this devil is. I had, you gotta understand, it's one of the stuff that you can do 3 o'clock in the morning when you see this, man. It just piss you off. It make you just want to go out and just, wild the fuck out, man. But we know we gotta wait years on the Lord, man. It just make you mad when you see you constantly find things. What this man have done to our people, man. Yeah.
Postcards out of cash straight rides. Men rides up. Bricks. Cash straight men rides off.
Look.
What you sending them to people? Sending them to people, man.
This is what the so-called white man have done, man, to our people, man. Jacking us up, man. And you niggas ain't out here mad, man. You supposed to be out here mad, man. You see something like that, man. You supposed to want to fucking rip one of these devil's heads off your shoulders, man.
I can say this too hard.
Yeah, go ahead.
God, brother, man, like a motherfucker. That's why the scripture says, meditate terror. You gotta take terror daily to kill you, motherfuckers, man. You gotta read on the Lord.
Yeah, but right now we still ain't with the scriptures, man. We see what that do to you. Go ahead.
This is Obadiah 1:10. It says, basically, letting the scriptures back up the photo with the brother just brought up. It says, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob, the 12 tribes of Israel, shame shall come over thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. And that's what's coming to you devils, man. Because you devils been committing wickedness ever since you devils had the opportunity to. You devils quick to want to be the first ones to plead and cry for mercy. Please don't do this, don't do that. But the moment you see a window of space to do some wickedness continue, that's what the fuck y'all do, man.
Yeah, y'all don't miss a beat, man. Y'all don't miss a beat when it comes to doing wickedness, man.
You see in that scripture, it says you're going to be brought to shame because all that be exposed.
That's right. These motherfuckers sit there, did all these all the major events that happened in America, as far as what they want to say, quote unquote terrorism. It's America doing it, man.
Yeah.
Yes. 9/11, this Katrina shit. All that shit was orchestrated, man.
Boston bomb and shit.
Yeah, orchestrated, man. Fucking ain't gonna take a goddamn pressure cooker from goddamn Walmart and blow half the fucking block up, man. Bullshit, man.
And a shoot.
Yeah, that shit.
Van Ruhr shooting.
Yeah, that shit orchestrated. It's all about coming up again. The thing that's on agenda now is disarming the people, man.
That's right.
Because once you disarm the people, you can come in and just have your way with them, man.
School shootings.
I can say
Las
too.
Vegas shootings.
Yeah,
It's all gun control. There you got it.
Like, the Most High, because he think he control everything, even the weather. Like he think he gonna be a part of everything, even nature. It's his reality. He trying to create.
Even the most recent one he trying to get to, that John Madden shooting.
Yeah, that one too.
Got mad because he lost and killed. How many people he killed in that bitch?
14.
That's the history.
14.
It was 3.
That's the history.
But still, that's continuing. Esau is always Esau committing a crime, and Jacob being the victim, getting fucked over, and there's nothing being done about it. Continuously.
I was just gonna say, whenever there is something related to that, it's always whenever it's a Jake, it's like, oh, Jake's a thug, he's an animal. But when it's Esau committing a shoot, oh, he had mental illnesses, he came up from a broken home, don't blame him, he needed his meds.
And then what you watch, one of the things you see when the so-called Jake does something, they go all into the history, they go all the way back to MySpace, pictures that he was smoking weed and
They gonna demonize him.
Yeah, but then when it comes to a white boy, they don't say nothing about this guy, man. They show pictures. Yeah, they show pictures of him sitting on the couch with both legs and shit, watching,
Pulling a fucking
watching
cat.
NFL games.
A prank picture that they didn't found out that make him look crazy. So soon you see this picture, oh yeah, he was crazy. Yeah, he did it.
You can't sell a whole bunch of Chihuahua for leaves, bro.
Yeah, man.
This is Carlton Banks shit.
And Jake, they got his whole picture of him throwing a gun in his hand.
Go ahead,
This down the food. This back in Nahum 3 and 4 and 5. It says, because of the multitude of the whores of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts.
Yeah, the welfare hoarder is America. And through witchcraft, that's how she have gained control of nations, man. That's how she basically gained control of America, man, through witchcraft, man. A lot of you bonehead niggas don't know that, man. A lot of you long head, copper top niggas. You'll actually walk down the street, you'll see all the coke. I had a video, that's how I did on it. I got to do on this, man. You niggas go down the street, you see all this occultic hieroglyphics on the wall, you niggas don't know what the fuck you looking at, man. You know? You niggas, yeah, you see, stars tilted a certain way at the bottom, man, you niggas don't know what you're looking at, man. And let alone if you do know, you don't give a fuck. You niggas throw up the horns.
Yeah. It is to back up what the brother's saying, it's so sad nowadays to where you watch certain videos yourself on the web and you see people do it as if it's a
fad.
It's a fad now.
Yeah, you niggas think the 3-shot porn is talking about the 3. Wouldn't have Jordan if it was so popular. Wouldn't have Jordan ever did. They never drew the fucking 3.
Yeah. You see the little kids saying gang, putting up the horns with their fingers and shit.
Yeah, man.
You know.
Even I went into a little more. I can show it. I can pull it. That dab shit was all Masonic, man. That was something going into the order of the ring.
And the Baphomet is a resemblance of this kingdom, man. You got a man with titties. You see what I'm saying? You got androgynous. How you call it? Penis.
In a vagina.
Yeah, man, a vagina, man. Like
transsexual.
It's a resemblance of the kingdom, man. You know,
That boy George.
kingdom in it, man.
The spirit issue.
Yeah, that's the spirit issue, man.
When you get into a lot of stuff, you find out that what it is. The Statue of Liberty, that's a man dressed in drag, man.
Transgender.
That's right.
This place is all set up about witchcraft. And that's coming to this weekend for camp, man. They got a goddamn homosexual fest going on down here, man. I forgot what they call that shit.
There's so many. It's hard to keep
it's some other shit that they made up.
Decadence.
Decadence, that's it.
Decadence.
Decadence bullshit. Go ahead.
It's
It's a lot. Yeah, I wanted to back up on the witch part. I can read this right quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
America, like you said, the witch, right?
Yeah.
This is Exodus 22 and 18, what the scripture said. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. America got to be put to death, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Because what's the spells that America cooks up? Dope, heroin,
Yep.
opioids,
Have salt.
Caesar Borgia.
Yep.
Warlock and you witches.
Yes. Yeah, man.
Reality TV, social media.
Yeah, man. Go ahead. That's the spells they cast on people, man. And then, like I said, it's real witches out here, man. It's real witches out here. And it's conjure up demons, man. They got all type of brooms and shit in their house. When they get the broom, they put the broom by the fireplace so the demons can sit on the broom and instruct them on different spells they cast on people, man. All in the music, man. I can go, like I said, go ahead, bro.
They got them witches and warlocks and shit. And they play with that Ouija board, and they got that shit on the phone too now. On the app too, make it more easy to access it.
You never know.
Go ahead, what you about to say?
I was saying, you never know. The person sitting right next to you at the bar could be a witch. They're pretty much everywhere. I remember once I was at a bar with a girl, and somehow the conversation came up about witches, and the chick next to me stopped talking to the guy she was with and started staring at me with like this wicked smile. Like,
I went in IHOP one time, and it was like about 2 in the morning. And I sat down, they had a lady at the table, and I sat down like, man, waiting on my people. And she looked at me, and I looked at her, I'm like, she looked weird, like one of the weird looking ones. She was like, she a palm reader. I said, so you can read palms? She's like, yeah. I just slowly got up there and left, because just standing by her just gave me a weird vibe, like,
empty, like evil.
yeah, like, oh.
and these last times, the Father's putting the spirit on His men, man, to be able to identify this and see it. We saying it naturally in the flesh.
Right.
You see it?
I was gonna say, some of you remind me of, even when it was like 3 years ago, the brothers from the London camp actually went down to London to one of the chapels, man. They said as they arrived in London, you can feel the demons, man.
Yep.
You can feel them. And sometimes, even sometimes when brothers be out there, going about their day, in the hood, cause some brothers live in the hood, you can actually feel when some shit's getting ready to happen. You can feel the demons stirring up on these niggas, man.
Even in your house, you'll be just laying down and you'll just feel something like a colder breeze or something, like you'll just
feel like something.
and you'll just turn around like, man, I know something
I
now.
feel like something watching you. Like it ain't no coincidence, man. That's
Like either
real.
a hot air or a cold air.
Yeah, like the brother Kazaki went into this. You can't really curse these demons out, because you can curse them out, but you can't curse Satan out, because they doing the job for the Most High, man. Even the demons, they're doing it. You gotta understand that And the way you cuss them out is calling the name of Yahweh Shem Shai, man. And they flee. Get around you, man.
Yeah, it says the mistress of, the whoredom of the welfare harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts that selleth nations through her whoredoms and families through her witchcrafts.
Yeah, through the democracy, man.
Yep.
You know, through that strong wine of democracy, man. Telling you that women can drive, giving you all type of rights and liberties.
Back down.
You know, stirred up the dissension amongst the leaders of the nation. You know,
they ain't gonna just come and you come, yeah, y'all about to file these. They gonna put you in the hole to a point where you need them, to a point they know negotiate. They always put you where you can't offer you can't refuse. Basically, you selling all your culture to this white people.
It says, "Behold, I am against thee," saith the Lord of hosts, "and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame."
That's been done now, man.
That's right.
Nations are seeing the skirts. A lot of wickedness that the so-called white man have done is being seen and been exposed to the prophets, man. And I had a scripture real fast on that. That was Hosea 12:10. It says, I have spoken by the prophets. I have multiplied visions and used similitudes by the ministries of the prophets, man. So what things does the Most High show you? How does the Most High show you the visions and the true breakdown through the prophets, men, spiritual men that he's dealing with, man? Because he's not dealing with every man out here that's running around with the Bible. You know, running around
myself. I taught myself.
That's bullshit. Go ahead,
Yeah, just to back him up, like the Most High said, I think in Deuteronomy, he said, I'm gonna make y'all the kingdom of priests, man.
Right.
Alright, men who gonna push this word forth, man. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, you got it.
This is Habakkuk chapter 2, I'm going to start verse 6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, Woe to him that increaseth that which is not his, how long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay.
That's the so-called white man. He have established America which wasn't his, man. He have laid himself in thick. Hey, man, what the boy said in that movie? Get the shit. He said, well, you gonna be knee deep in this nigga. This cracker is knee deep in the shit, man. He's so deep in it, he can't get himself out, man. The Most High is gonna, fully pull out his wrath on this devil, man, for all the wickedness he done, man.
I'm going to skip to verse 8. Because thou hast spoiled many nations.
Yeah, and what's the first nation you spoiled? The nation of Israel, man. By cutting us off, man. Turning our women against us, turning our men against the men. You know? Giving us Christianity. Caesar Borgia. They tell you, I'm gonna set you up with 40 acres of mule. They give you a little land, a little cattle, and take that shit from you. They'll turn your man, your best friend to get you. Hey, I gave him six sacks of cotton, and give him 8. But then go back and tell the other one, hey, I gave him, he got so and so. You know, he got you bad, he got you warned against each other, man. This is history.
Like you said, that's how they used to do it. They used to give you punishment. They ain't gonna do it themselves. They gonna get somebody who look like you and hit you. So now, just like it said, the brother said, you gonna be mad at them now. You don't even worry about the one initially so they didn't say it.
You can turn our people to atheists, man.
Yeah, man. Satanists. They got niggas Satanists.
Stupid as a motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's why they had to let the chains off our own body, because mentally it's subconsciously now. Everything they did to us with chains, it just naturally happened in your subconscious.
All the remnant of the people shall spoil thee because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein.
Right, man. And all you see is violence, and violence is up on our people, man. The so-called white man is gonna be paid back for that, man. On a major scale, man. Even what he done to the other nations, man. Which we don't give two shits about them, but hey, it's still judgment coming down. You got that article?
This is There's an article on activistpost.com. The title reads, "Terrorists in Syria receive chemicals, victims, UK training for upcoming false flag chemical attack."
Right, and there's another one. You know, it is what it is. I couldn't find it. I couldn't backtrack and find it, but it was on Press TV. They were saying that how Iran and Syria Syria have found out that America, which they did numerous of times, found out that America is behind the chemical attacks. America and Iran, not Iran, Israel. It's behind the chemical attacks to affording the agenda, man. They did it with what his name is? No, the other guy. They found him in the hole.
Saddam Hussein.
Saddam Hussein said he had weapons of mass destruction. They still haven't found that shit, man.
But he found them in a hole. I had weapons of mass destruction.
And guess what? They made an example out of him. Now you see, they're of the same nation. What you see is it's just a coincidence how when they wanted him out of the picture, they got rid of him and they showed him getting fucked over by his own people. But when it came to your boy Osama bin Laden, what happened to him? Oh, he just died a certain type of way.
We shot him.
We threw the body in the ocean.
You know, it was his religion against his
We didn't want to
religion.
offend the Muslims.
You notice they always have the same type of characteristics on them. Like, oh, they're going against the people. He's messing over his own people and stuff. We need to go save him. We need to go over there and show him it's a better life. The people don't know no better.
Not Saddam, but
Saying?
what his name is? Osama bin Laden. He worked for the CIA, man. You know, even when they had 9/11, his family then was in New York for 9/11, man.
They were Saudi Arabians.
Was in school in college. Him and Bush. They went to school together.
Trying to find the picture right now.
And also,
George Bush Jr. I think.
I'm talking about John Kerry and George Bush are cousins.
Yeah.
Well, you got a little more, right?
Khan, I just
You
want
talking
to
about Osama bin Laden, right?
Yeah.
he was a Saudi
Bin
Arabian.
Laden.
Yeah, bin Laden, yeah. Yeah, bin Laden, my bad. Go ahead,
If I could say real quick, when the U.S. was done with Saddam, that's why they went after him, because earlier in the 80s there was the Iraq-Iran war where they were backing Saddam to go against Iran. But back to the article. According to the Russian Defense Ministry, the U.S. and its allies are preparing new strikes against Syria. The MOD also stated that the terrorists in Idlib are preparing to stage a chemical weapons attack in order to place the blame on the Syrian government and provide a pretext for a Western attack on the country.
That's why they so-called ran those planes into those buildings, man, in order to go into Iraq, man. And that war's still going on, man. It's all about money. It's all about controlling both sides. Because what we know, it was about the poppy seeds, man. It's all about running the poppy seeds, the dope.
And Rabbi Finkelstein said that, man.
Yeah.
Hey, man, see, he got big shekels off that wall.
Big shekels.
Big shekels, man.
The wall of terror.
The precept to back that
Big
up.
shekels.
Go ahead,
Got it out.
Matthew 20. Wait, you want to do that part finish or you want me to?
Oh, you gotta go ahead.
Go with that.
Matthew 24 and 6, it says, "And ye shall hear of wars, rumors of wars. See that ye be no trouble, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet."
Yeah, that's what you see right now that we read from the worldly perspective. That it goes with the scriptures. The scriptures tell you what's gonna happen.
Yeah, they just been having little skirmishes here and there, man. But we're looking for actual, a big blow, like the person
The
said.
third war.
Go ahead, I got a little more on that.
For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom.
Yeah, nation gonna rise against nation, man. Country is gonna rise against countries. People gonna rise against people right here in the land and around the different world. 'Cause this ain't gonna just be happening here in America. It could be happening all over, man. Class wars. But the thing about the elites, they about to cut the middle class, or half already. They have cut the middle class completely off. It's just them and the poor, man.
They call it the working class.
Yeah, man. You got guys finishing 4 to 6 years in these big major universities coming back can't find a job, man.
Best Buy, Walmart.
Yeah,
standard school. You know what I'm saying? People going to regular community school for 6 years and stuff. Every time they graduate, you going back. Still in school, like school. That much.
It's about to be told kid how to like the shit.
Community college is not no fucking school either.
They
See all y'all that go to Delgado and all that, man, it's a waste of time. Alright? Y'all got it, bro.
A teacher in high school was talking shit about Delgado. It's like, it's not a real college.
You just go out and get loans. That's a high school. With an ashtray. With ashtrays. That's it, man. That's all it is, huh? 13th grade with ashtrays. So, y'all got it.
Kingdom shall rise against kingdom. There shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places.
Right, man. That's just what it is, man.
It says all these are the beginning of sorrows.
Right, man. The beginning of sorrows is getting ready to happen, man. The beginning of sorrows has been happening. All you guys out there want to play games and shit and think these things ain't gonna happen, it's gonna happen, man. We're just trying to get you prepared for it. Whether you hear or you don't hear, man. Go ahead, a little more.
It says all these, this is Matthew 24:8. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted. It shall kill you.
Right, man. And that's going possibly happen in certain births, man. But the Lord, even with that, the Lord said He's gonna still be with us. He's gonna put it out in our mouth what to say in that day, man. And some brothers might just come raw and uncut, tell you, fuck you. Bring me there. I'm ready to go.
Send me to my mate.
I'm ready to go.
So long. Like Goodfellas when you go out with the jail, we was standing in the back of the limo. Yeah. Hold up. Now take me to jail. You ain't gonna care about it because you know what the reward is.
We're going like with my man on Black Snake Mountain. And when you kill me, kiss my ass, man. Come on. Been waiting on your ass, man. Go ahead, dog.
Ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake.
That's right, man. We all been, hey man, we all been hated, man. You got the captain of the nations, Vocab Malone, he leading the charge and shooting goddamn blanks, man. You coming to war with a butter knife, man.
Plastic too.
Yeah, plastic. I'm talking about the what they call that shit? Them little kids like goddamn knives, man.
Nerd school, man.
Yeah.
Quick bake oven knife.
Oh yeah, the plastic pink.
Yeah, man.
Easy
Shooting that weak shit, man. Yeah, you got that, come on, man. You getting your ass ripped to shreds, man. And trying to ask, are you Apostle Paul? Elder Tahar, are you? Come on, man, you're a snake, man.
And you a fucking mocker. You sitting up there and you coming in the spirit of I want to make a funny video. I want to make a joke out of everything. You know what I mean?
You could use that as a tool for with the hated by all nations because you know our people is in all nations and our people hate us the most. 2/3.
The other nations, they all hate us, man. Especially when you got this truth, man. You can, hey, I was talking to one of you, brothers, up that. Brothers didn't have discussions about it before. When you walk in a building, man, you don't even know that nobody in there, but you can feel the hate. You can feel them looking at you, man. Mm-hmm. They follow you around the room. Because there's something different about it. It's all about the vibration. How about you have a shot on you, man?
Why you don't do this? Why you don't do that? When you're supposed to ask why too, you don't even want to ask why. You just take.
If I remember correctly, there was a scene in the Matrix like that, wasn't it? When the dude Neo walked in the building and all them fucking all the dudes in the suit was in the suit, and when he walked in, all of them just was looking at him like, oh yeah, he's the one.
Yeah, he been following since the beginning.
Right, man.
Before even he knew he was the one.
And that's how they gonna be on the men of the Lord in that day. They gonna be all, the part like when all of them jumping all of them. That's how they gonna be looking for the men of the Lord, man. Because these other goins and sheeple, they gonna have them wrapped up already. Where these men at? They know where the power lies. Like Edom know that the men of the Lord are in the vicinity. Like we need to get them. No, they enemy number one on the
Public enemy number one.
Everybody else
Neo
is
enemy.
peasants.
What's his name, Mr. What?
Mr. Anderson. No,
Mr. Smith.
He represents the demons, because the demons knew who we were.
Who's right?
Who the elect
He
is.
knew.
Yeah.
Demons knew.
Yeah, they wait on the side like that too, man. Shades and all, waiting to jump on your ass, man.
Wherever you go.
And like I say, I'd have been involved where you dealing with an asshole in the car, you just drive, you don't know this guy, he just roll up to you, just cussing and shit, you ain't nothing. He's cussing, he leave you alone, you turn the corner, he go another demon. He just jump on these people, man.
Not them, it's the demon inside. People don't understand about the spiritual realm controlling the physical realm. That's too deep. They want to come up with science, energy. But what you think spirits is? Energy.
Right, and one of the things I'm talking to the brother Kazaki about is the hardest part about living in Babylon is you don't want to play the role as Moses, man. What was one of the major things that Moses did so he couldn't get into the land? He must hit the rock, man. Hitting the rock meaning you lose your cool in this bitch, man, and do some shit that you wasn't thinking that you would do, man, and fuck up.
Just say it.
That's it. Yeah, you lose your shit and do one of these motherfuckers something. What they gonna do? They gonna demonize you. We just talk about them demonizing Jake. They gonna demonize. They gonna put up the videos. They gonna put up pictures, information. That's where we lost him. That's where he lost him. We lost him at the high school.
You saw what they did to brothers in San Francisco.
Yeah.
The world's most hateful group in America.
And they put that shit on world stuff.
And they got them just like they harassing people.
Man, we about to be on ABC News, RT News, the Men of the Lord, man. We about to get that exposure. You won't be an Israelite man in GMS camp. You about to get what you desire.
Even them dudes.
Public enemy #1, man. We about to be that. Like after camp, I got you real quick. Last week after camp, I don't know if brothers noticed, but they just had two look like federal agents just standing on the corner. They wasn't even arresting nobody. Not like they wasn't doing nothing.
Yeah.
Like I don't understand what they was doing.
Yeah, you gonna get
Like,
that?
they weren't doing nothing but standing on the corner.
You gonna get that segment from Lester Hope, that big head ass Jake, NBC Nightline with the freckles. You gonna get a whole documentary and section on him, man.
Big face picture on it, Steve.
Yeah, man.
And you what you think Jake gonna do that seen you? He and his family. They be like, they gonna be hitting him with, we don't want to kill him. We just want to ask him a few questions.
That paper gonna be out like on with that movie with Jamie Foxx in the Bounty Hunter, man.
Like a scroll.
Yeah, a scroll gonna be out with Yakana. His Hebrew name is Yakana. With wanted dead or alive, $250 million.
I'm gone.
You see what I'm saying? Men of the Lord. I mean, you know, Lord will, yeah, right. But I'm just saying, men of the Lord gonna be front page news, man, and they gonna have dead or alive at the
All
bottom.
they gotta pull up is some top ramen noodles or fucking mama noodles. I'm gone. I'm gone.
Go, yeah, get out of Dodge, man.
No, I'm talking about I'm gone. They're gonna tell on my black ass.
Yeah, you go.
So to any of you men out there that are in this truth, this is about to be a nut up or shut up. Separate the boys from the men. So just remember what you signed up for.
That is right quick.
That's why you gotta look at when you signed up. You gotta look at it like if you is gonna die. You gotta
like if you join in the
have
military,
it like you know you gonna die. So it's better prepare worse. So whatever comes later, you know you
That
can
makes
take
sense,
it if you prepare for to die.
Makes sense, bro.
Got to.
You got it.
Matthew 24:10, it says, and then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another.
All right, man. Bring our chairs up. Yeah, you had some, right?
Yeah, I'm getting it. This basically piggybacking up what the brother just said, man. We just seen it in a recent movie that just came out. You know, for those brothers who've seen the first Purge, we know when they say, listen, we gonna put these $5,000 on your chip. All you gotta do is participate. You gonna participate. We know you will. Okay? And this is like Yashua, I'm trying to just separate that.
Yeah, man, you had a little more than that, or that was it?
it was a little bit more.
Yeah, go ahead.
The staged attacks are allegedly being prepared by al-Nusra Front and I leave. The MOD has stated that in order to stage the attack, around 8 canisters of chlorine have been delivered to a village near Jizr al-Sugar city. Another group of terrorists who have allegedly been trained and prepped by private British security company Olive have also recently arrived in the area. The group is to be disguised as white helmets volunteers and will simulate a rescue operation involving locals who will be purportedly injured in the alleged attack.
That's what's gonna happen here in these major cities, man. They're gonna set up certain individuals in these major cities, probably all at one time, have a cross the nation attack, man, and make America seem like it's just totally out of control, out of chaos, man. You're gonna walk outside, you're gonna see burning cars and houses, man. People are just out of their minds, man. This is talk the white man that's planning, man, because we know he the devil, man. Like I say, like the scripture saying, somebody give me real quick, like Revelation 12 and 12.
I got the precept.
Bring it out real fast.
Alright, this is Yahweh speaking. This is Matthew 10, starting at 35. It says, for I come to set a man at variance against his father, okay, and a daughter against her mother, and a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And here's the point right here. And a man's foe shall be of his own household. So that lets you know, what's going to be going on is, your so-called family, you people who are the drive-by Israelites, won't drive by and say Shalom, you brothers who know this or know that, and sitting behind a camera, still sitting on YouTube, and see on Daily Motion or whatever, watching different things, and you're not taking any type of action at all. You're not concerned, applying, asking questions. You still gonna be caught under this. You know what I mean?
You gotta understand why your foes gonna be into your enemies gonna be in your home, because they got some brothers who broke a family tradition by not being Baptist, Catholics, and stuff like that, and that like put hatred. Like they ain't gonna probably come and tell you they hate you, but it's gonna be shown through the actions and how they look at you. You gonna see it. You dig? Like
Pretty much shitting over their entire life.
I got one to back it up. It's true. This is Luke 21:12. It says, but all these, they shall lay up their hands on you and persecute you, and delivering you up to the synagogues and into prisons, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake. So some brothers might be brought up to Donald J. Trump, man.
Yeah.
you know, be on one of the court TVs being prostituted. Oh, call one of them Israelite guys. There's gonna be a title and stuff on it. They're gonna be seeing you right there in court being defended by somebody who probably trying to lawyer that's private.
You ain't gonna be defended by nobody, because we know through the NDA Act, National Defense Authorization Act, all those due process, getting a lawyer, defend you. It's out the window, man.
And the first thing Donald J. Trump, DJ Trump gonna tell you is to announce the name of the Lord, man. This is the test for the men of the Lord right here, man. These trials, this the fiery trials that shall try you, man. See, like, didn't the scripture say that there should be much tribulation entering into the kingdom of heaven? Well, we didn't read the manuscript. We didn't see the scroll when it says, my son, when you come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. All right, well, this the hour. This what you signed up for, man. You made a covenant with it.
It's just like when you take every major test in different states to pass high school. It's the preparation for it. And then once what happens? One time out the year, they're going to put you in a room by yourself or with other students. You got to take that test, man. But that's the same thing with the Lord.
By yourself.
Yeah, by yourself.
I can say this too, because the ones that's behind the keyboard, the ones that's behind the keyboard thinking they slick and don't want to go to the highways, they're going to get y'all too, because when y'all search up Israelites and what's going on, they know who y'all is, you heard?
Yeah, man. Hey, we got demons coming about, man. So with that, man, I'll give all praise to you.
Bashem, Yahushua, Bashem, Kadash.
Shalom, man. Until next time.
Shalom, Yahshua, Shalom.